Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Battle for Azeroth Beta. On my Disc Priest, wanted to play her a little more, so that's what my talents look like. These are pretty much what I've used for most of Legion, so with the exception of Luminous Barrier, that's new. That came with the pre-patch. Everything else is the same as before, as far as I know. Yes. I believe yes. So there you go, folks. So, as I said, haven't played as much as I'd like, so this character kind of became my main a little ways through Legion, so once they introduced or once they changed Disc Priest, so that is what I've played the most. So I'm probably not going to do much good getting the flags, so we'll go this way anyway. And I think I'm probably dead. Yeah, dead to constant CCs. Maybe. Yeah, that's... yeah. So... get away.
Too far away.
Takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of a learning curve with discipline. Just because you have so few abilities that actually heal. Once you kind of get the hang of it, though, it's a lot of fun. It truly is a hybrid damage healing specs. So very few. No, I don't want this. Very few classes can truly claim to be hybrid. This doesn't seem to be going well. Are we getting their flag? What are we doing? Because I will happily escort the flag carrier. I think one of the big misconceptions is that people start complaining if if there's a disc priest in their group and they don't automatically have as high healing as everybody else. It at times will be slightly lower.
I'm out of range.
Especially I've noticed on maps where there's a lot of movement.
Too
in like Eye of the Storm, if you can if you can um, go mid and fight for the flag for a few minutes, I mean, it'll you're healing, and for me, my damage tends to be a little higher. Um, we'll get up there. I have noticed the maps that I end up doing more running around on tend to have the lower healing on, which makes sense. I suppose you could say that generally of any. As I said, with not having, you're using a lot of your DPS abilities to heal, so um, not really a mobile class to say the least.
I'm out of range.
Not really sure who's doing what at this point. So, it's not terrible. We're all kind of in the same thing here, so not great, but not terrible. So. Want to try to get a couple.
I need to get closer.
Darn it. I'm going to try to get at least two. Of the power word pain. That is the one difference, is I take Halo. A lot of Disc Priests will take Purge the Wicked. I just prefer Halo, so. More for cosmetic reasons, I just like the effect. I remember in Mist is when I remember seeing it, and at that time I didn't play a Disc Priest. So when I started playing, I made this tune in Warlord, and then I didn't really do much with her. And then I leveled her in... Come on. Come on. Trying to get that rogue. There we go. That's why I like Halo. Because it does both damage and healing.
It's too far away.
Yeah, it just had a really cool effect. And
I need to get closer.
it just happened to be what I ended up learning to play this with, so. Purge the Wicked's good, I just don't You know, if you're gonna play, you should play to have fun. I'm not necessarily. A lot of people in Legion really did not understand how Disc Priests worked at all, and so they wouldn't even have them in their group. They would make me change specs to something else. So because they just didn't think they were good, because as I said, they tended to have a little lower healing depending on the group and the map and things like that. So as the expansions went on, their healing has improved, especially with the stats change. I'm seeing different classes at different you know different different rankings, I guess would be the way to say that. So I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yep. Which is fine. So not too bad. You notice we're all kind of in the same bracket there, so Disc Priest in Legion, anyway, Disc Priest and Holy Paladins were oftentimes the lowest in healing. Monks and Holy Priest were usually the highest in healing. So, yeah. It's kind of like having a run, man, run. We've got this. Just run. Yeah. And then you would have, you really didn't see a lot of shaman. They were kind of in the middle. I was going to say shaman and druids were kind of in the middle. Generally speaking, that was the way it went. So we are doing remarkably well, I'd say. Wasn't sure how organized we were there, but I think we've trapped them at their graveyard. So I don't think they've had a chance to do anything. So let's go back in. People are waiting for him. So let's see if we can't weed him out, shall we?
I'm out of range.
I'm really liking Luminous Barrier. That seems to work so much better. I've rarely ever used
I need to get closer.
I rarely ever used power word barrier unless it was like Eye of the Storm or something where there was a group of us that were going to be
I think I'm
stationary
targeted.
for a minute.
It is too far away.
The only thing I don't like about Luminous Barrier is it does not apply atonement, and that is how I channel my healing. So, and that's kind of a big deal. So,
I'm out of range.
yeah. So between, nice. How is this an upgrade? Oh, it is an upgrade. Okay, cool. And see, not too bad. I mean, that was kind of a one-sided fight, but still. They had 2 Disc Priests, and I out-healed both of them by quite a bit. So, yeah, not too bad. And you see, my DPS seems to be a little higher. So, I don't use Shadow Word Mend very often. I tend to try to use Smite, and Penance I use a lot, and I think that's why. That and Halo, because Halo does both. Halo heals and does damage, so. Yeah. People have commented at times that I should have taken Purge the Wicked. It used to be I'm trying to think. Seems like I can't remember if it was a regular talent or if it was a PvP talent. Um, I digress. People have commented, as they did with Mistweaver, with how I had my talent set up with her, that I needed to take this or that, and yeah, I'll take that. 100,000 damage, 400,000 healing. Yeah, that's decent. I only died twice. Had 4 killing blows, so not too shabby. Mm-hmm. I can be happy with that.